how does the richest person make his decision? So the person I'm talking about is Jeff Bezos here, uh, founder and owner of Amazon. So the richest person of the world makes his decision. You might be surprised in terms of how he does his decision making. It's not necessarily primarily based on data driven, or simply on data analysis, a numbers guy. But he uses his instincts, as he calls it. He uses intuition. He uses his heart and guts to make the big decisions. And one of the many examples that he has relied upon this is, going or creating the Amazon Prime, the digital platform that they're using for streaming services, and even before buying Twitch, the platform itself. So many of his, people have been saying that if he were to go this path and create the digital platform, it's a lose scenario. There's no win-win here. And as a decision maker, obviously, if the numbers tells you one thing, you just simply accept it, right? But not for his case. Now, obviously, there's some risk involved in it. If you make big decisions that you're going to invest millions or even billions of dollars, but then at the day, if the numbers telling one thing, then you're trying to decide whether to push through or go with it. You know, maybe you don't go again, but in his case, to be successful, you still have to make some risk, right? Now, whether it's considerable risk or minimal risk, it's always up to the individual. And what's surprising here is when he makes his decision, you know, it has turned out well for him, right? So a person who is worth over 200 billion makes his best decision, and it's not just based on numbers, but it's based on gut and intuition, right? And as he mentions, right, all the best decisions that is made have made that is based on heart, intuition, and guts, not just with analysis alone. Now, obviously, using analysis is part of the process, but not the end goal, or not the only tool that you utilize. Obviously, the more information you can get, the better informed you are in making the decision. Now, if it's just based on guts alone, I don't think he would be too confident going that route. That's why you surround yourselves with competent people, great people that can help you make the best decision. Now, if it were just him making that decision alone, I don't think he would be this successful, right? So obviously, data is always important to help support make the decision. But at the end of the day, it's the person who has to make the decision. It's not the data, right? Obviously, data can be manipulated, can be changed to see what you want to see, but if you put it into proper context, it's just data to help you supplement in your final decision. And which is kind of interesting, right? I think it makes sense, right? Obviously, for a person like him, a multi-billionaire, you know, that the decision for everyone else is, you don't just go in it haphazardly. Obviously, it has to be strategic. You make decisions based on information provided, and you make the decision at the end of the day. Is it well worth the risk? When he started with Amazon, I think it's a big risk. At the time, he was at the time where the internet was booming, so the e-commerce platform has not yet, flourished like the way it is now, especially right now with the pandemic that's happening. So, people has to make certain risks, but the risk has to be calculated. Cannot be simply just by a matter of chance, if you think about it.